Hi guys, welcome in. This is just a craft with me. I am working on a fall mushroom journal. I made the cover yesterday and pulled my papers for the signatures. Thought I'd jump on for a little bit, see how everybody's doing, what's going on, is everybody enjoying their holiday weekend. Hey, welcome in guys. I hope everybody's doing well. This is just a craft with me, so if you're crafting, craft along. Let me know what you're crafting today. If you have any questions on anything, let me know. I'm happy to try to answer them. Share the process that I'm following. Again, so this cover I made out of a cereal box, and I did reinforce it. I reinforced the spine with two different like chipboard pieces from like the cereal box to give it good reinforcement. And then on the cover itself, the cardboard. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. It's just a craft and chat, guys. Craft and chat. So if you're crafting, craft along. I am making a mushroom junk journal, fall mushroom junk journal. So I made the cover yesterday. Just talking through the process that I followed to make the cover. So it was a cereal box. I reinforced the spine, and then I also added book pages to the cover as well, just to give it a little bit more reinforcement. Hey Christy, how are you? I'm just doing a craft and chat today, so if you're crafting, if you're hopping in and out, that is cool. Let me know if you're crafting something. And then on the inside, I just used this brown fabric. So I believe this fabric I picked up at the Dollar Tree. So it's just mushrooms. I loved how they looked. And then I added some very sheer orange ribbon as the closure. And I actually sewed it in on the inside. And then some vintage lace right here to have a pocket on the front. Two covers. So, hey, welcome in. It's just a craft and chat, guys. I'm crafting. I made this mushroom cover yesterday using a cereal box, and the spine is about 2 inches, I believe. Yeah, it's about 2-inch spine, and I figured I'm going to fit in 3 signatures. Did I glue the fabric or sewed it? So I sewed it, but you can definitely glue it. I usually glue it first on using Fabri-Tac, but I use it sparingly because I know that I am going to then sew it around. So I don't know if you can see. Ooh. I did sew it. I actually double sewed it because for some reason when I do the inside part of my like the inside fabric, I could never get it, and I'm using my webcam today, so that's why I can't like get everything in the frame. But like I do have a little here that I'm gonna have to cover with something where the glue did seep out. But for some reason, when I cut my fabric for the inside, my measurements are horrible to begin with, but they're even worse when I'm cutting the inside fabric. And so in order for me to make sure that I'm actually grabbing, I had to double sew this one. So I hope that answers your question. But you can definitely glue for sure. And like I said, usually I do eyelets for my closures, but this time around I decided just to add the ribbon before I sewed this piece of fabric down, and then it's just part of the booklet itself. So yeah, so loved the fabric. Again, I picked this, actually this is a fat quarter that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. You know how they have the little rolls of fabric? I got lucky and I picked this one up, and I got this one as well, which I'm going to be making, is going to be my next one that I'm going to work on from a fall perspective. And for the inside of this one, I got this one, again at the Dollar Tree as well. So I thought that these two coordinated nicely. So this will be the outside, and this will be the inside. And it has that like the blue, the turquoise blue, and the oranges and reds and yellows. Hey, welcome in, guys. I'm just doing a craft and chat today. If you're crafting, craft along. Let me know what you're crafting. I hope everybody's having an amazing weekend. The weekends go by so fast, but luckily, well, hopefully everyone as well, but luckily I have an extra day this week. So, because we're off Monday, so I am very appreciative of that. What measurements do you use for the chip, the cardboard? So usually what I do is I try to, if I'm using like a recycled food container, let me show you, hold on. So I have all these recycled food containers. This one I gessoed over just because I don't know why I did that, but it does add a little bit of stability. But as you can see, they're all different sizes. And this is what I was saying, where I definitely will reinforce these. But here's like this is a cereal box. So if at all possible, what I try to do is I try to measure these to be a standard copy piece of paper folded in half, both from height and from a width perspective. So whatever that measurement is, so taking a standard, what is it, 8.5 by 11? Is that what our is that what our copy paper is here in the US, our standard copy paper? So ideally, I don't have to cut off any of my paper, my copy paper. Okay, that's what my goal is. Now, sometimes that doesn't happen because, again, my cutting is never straight. Even if I use a ruler and cutting boards, for some reason, my cutting is never straight. So these, I think I had to cut off just a little, actually no, for this journal, the standard copy paper is, no cutting had to happen. So the height was perfect and the width was perfect to stay within the boundaries that I like. I like to leave a little bit of room both at the top and on the sides of my journal for my pages. So these are the signatures that I picked. These are all future journals, maybe one day. Okay, okay. Have you guys used food containers to make your journal covers at all? Or do you use usually like chipboard? Honestly, I don't use chipboard, which I heard is very similar to the food container, because I honestly would have the hardest time keep getting straight lines so that my spine was actually straight. And then I think you have to leave like 1/8 of an inch or something, maybe even less than that, in order for it to close properly. That's just a lot for me, for me to handle. So anything that already has a spine pre-made for me, I'm ecstatic about it. I'm ecstatic about it. Oh, yes, definitely rescue them. I have a pile that I'm sure that my husband wishes that I would just get rid of. That's only what I have up here. Down in our kitchen, I have a pile of any food container I ask him to please not throw away. Now, if there's like leakage of the food or stuff like that, I'm like, please get rid of, let me just get rid of it, because it's not worth there potentially being an odor or anything to that extent, right? But yeah. Another thing that the food containers are good for, guys, is tags. All my tags, so this one, for example, this is actually a thick one, And this one will probably be a tag. So I love making my tags. Let me show you guys in case this is the first time you're in my show. So I haven't made any for this one just yet, but like this is a Pound Puppy Little Golden book that I just finished recently. And I always say it, that all my tags or journaling cards are always recycled food containers. So this right here is a recycled food container. Or a food box. Sorry, I keep saying container, but it's a food box, right? So I love using them. I just, you know, put a book page or something on it. Here's another one that's a larger one, right? And it's just, again, just love recycling those things. Sometimes I don't use them for covers, and sometimes I use them for junk journal, journaling tags. Let me see if I have an actual tag in here. I'm sure I do. Oh, here we go. So this is another tag that I made, and it's a recycled food container as well. So it just gives you a good stability and sturdiness for your tag, so somebody can jot down stuff. And not that manila folders or anything like that, or there's anything wrong with that, or if you use book pages and like, you know, triple book pages and stuff like that, all that works perfectly. I just figured, why not recycle things that I already have? Yes. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. See what it is that you can recycle. Another thing that I like to recycle are these junk mail envelopes, right? We all still, even if most of us get bills electronically, junk mail envelopes still come through to our homes through the mail. And there is a number of different ideas out there on using these. Mine is very simple. You just, I keep them all. As you can see here, I don't get rid of them. And what I do is, recently I've been doing this where it's more of a longer one where I can do a journaling card in it, right? And you can see I don't cover the back because I want to show that I'm recycling things, right? Me personally. So this one is, you just cut off a little bit at the top, sew a little bit, cut here, and then it's a side pocket. Or you can do like we did over here where I showed, and it's just, you cut more than half. So this one, for example, I would cut it maybe right around here, might cut off a little bit down here, and then just sew whatever it is if you needed to sew. Sometimes you don't need to sew because you never cut the side or the bottom off. And then it gives you a little peekaboo window too, to be able to get a little glimpse of the tag before it gets pulled out. Oh, rescuing things, mainly furniture, and repurposing them is my game. I love it. Love it. Reloved by Lilybug. Absolutely amazing. Oh, yes, Lisa Bell. It is so fun. And I actually, I'm going to work on something. I did one of these. I did one time, and then actually I may have made two of them. And I think I sold them both like years ago is what I'm saying. But if you take these larger ones, I think sometimes we've gotten these very large ones before as well. Let me show you the comparison in case you haven't seen the large ones. But so here's the comparison in size. So they are much larger. I found a tutorial on YouTube probably like 4 years ago, maybe about 4 years ago maybe. And what she did was it was amazing. She did a bunch of, like, you could do writing on here, or you can do scrap papers, like glue different scrap papers on here, like a collage. And then what you do is you cut it completely open, and on the inside you would add, I just so happen to have this here, but like let's say on the inside I'm going to open this up, and on the inside, you add a thick cardstock, and that's what it gives it your stability. And then you decoupage like a napkin over the front part of it. It's a really cool cover. Maybe I'll do that my next craft and chat, because it actually doesn't take that long to do. But anyways, my point is that's what these really big ones are good for as well, is you can actually use the very big ones to be a part of the base for a junk journal cover as well. Hey, welcome in, guys. My name is Paula, for those that don't know me. Paula of PSEN Creations, and yeah, so welcome in. I'm just doing a craft and chat today. I made this fall mushroom style junk journal cover yesterday using a recycled cereal box container, and the fabric I picked up at the Dollar Tree. The brown fabric is from the Dollar Tree as well. I believe actually this sheer lace is from the Dollar Tree as well. Probably not this year for sure, because I haven't picked anything up this year. This lace down here, it's a cream lace, and this is actually vintage cream lace, but that is 2 pockets. I need to fix that. That is bothering me so badly. The glue seeped in right here, and I need to figure out how to get rid of that or cover it, because is really bothering me. All right, so let me show you guys. I decided to go with 3 signatures in this one. So the journal itself is a 2-inch spine, and I think 2 inches allows me the ability to have 3 signatures. Some people may even do more than 3 signatures with 2 inches, but I'm only going to do 3 signatures. And interestingly enough, I have this wallpaper. I have a lot of vintage wallpaper. And when I say vintage, it's from the early 2000s, like 2022, 2024. So it's not like from the 1950s or 60s or 70s. But that's still considered vintage, I believe. Right? I think so. So anyways, the colors went so great. Do you see how the colors of this and then the colors of the wallpapers? So the wallpaper is the front page of each signature. See, this one was 2004. Anyways, I thought that was great. So I did a beige for the first signature, the green, and then the red. And I think that they have like 13 pages in each signature. Yes, using wallpaper is awesome as well, to make pockets and belly bands. I like the idea of, I do like using sometimes, not for the little golden book junk journals that I make, but like the other junk journals that I make that are more where I'm making the cover as well. I like the first signature or the first page of each signature to have some kind of sturdy, like, paper around it. I don't know. That's just maybe just a personal preference of mine. So that's why I went with the wallpaper, because I really couldn't find any cardstock that I have that I really liked to make each one different. So that's where I thought this was great. So that's why I have actually this cardstock, because I thought, well, this actually would be a nice cover, and then I would have been able to make a pocket too, and I would have been okay with the flowers on the inside. But I didn't. I had 2 of these, but I have 3 signatures, and I didn't have anything to go with the third one. And anyways, so let me show you guys what I have in here. So I have obviously the wallpaper. I'm doing a vintage music sheet that's been coffee dyed, a ledger page. Hey, welcome in, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. We're just doing a craft and chat. I'm working on a mushroom junk journal that I made the cover for yesterday, and these are the signatures that I pulled together. And then these are just pages from like floral books. I don't know if that music is too loud. Hold on. I feel like I'm screaming at myself in here. These are just pages. So I kept the colors of the pages very neutral. So it's either the natural color of the paper or a coffee or a tea dyed. Because I thought that went really well with like a woodsy fall kind of theme. Because usually I also put in like black bean dyed and avocado dyed and food color dyed paper. But this one I decided to keep it very neutral, which is kind of my thing anyways. So this is coffee dyed paper. This is a glassine brown bag. So each signature has exactly the same pages, and they may just be in a different order. I haven't decorated any of them yet. Let me know if you make junk journals, do you decorate your pages before you sew your signature is in or after? This is a dictionary page. I don't know why, but I always like my dictionary pages to be this way. Are you on Facebook or YouTube? I'm actually on both of them. I am on both. I think I'm streaming on my YouTube right now as well. This is the first time I'm trying it. So if anybody is on my YouTube, because I've actually never streamed live on there, hello, how are you? Same name, yes, same name, PS Ian Creations. Yep. Okay, and then we have lined paper that's been dyed. This is typewriter paper. Who remembers typewriter paper? Does anyone? Is anyone as old as me? Or has anyone seen it? Maybe you're not old, but you've seen it like at thrift stores or antique shops. It is, I don't remember it being so light. I'm old, I remember. Okay, well, whew, thanks. Thanks that there's other very intelligent, mature people on here with me. Do you guys remember it being so thin, like to typewriter paper? I just don't remember it being so thin. But like if I touch the typewriter paper and then touch the coffee dyed or the regular copy paper, I'm like, wow, that's a big difference. Yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness, I did not know. Yeah. This is a 1930s dictionary page, so you can see some of these things I did not dye. This is just the color that they are. Like you can see the stark difference between these two. So this is the 1930s dictionary page. This is just a music sheet. When is this one from? I don't know if I have the date on this one. This says copyright 1937. Why is this so white? I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be. I don't know. It doesn't, you know, if it was in a place where it wouldn't have aged, then, I mean, who am I to question the color of it and the year it states on it. Another coffee dyed paper, and then the middle signature, or the middle page is just this was a floral book that I have. I don't know when this book is from. It's a really cool book. Let me show you guys it. It's this book, The Green Pages, that I did get at the Goodwill, and I love taking pages out of here because of the coloring of it and the texture of the page. So this was from 1977. So, yep, I am a true hoarder in the sense that if I'm buying something, I'm going to try to use it in my journals. And I have shared these pages at times when I've done paper packs and sold them, so, but I tend to try to use them, though. Here's another thing that I discovered recently, and again, I wouldn't call myself a seasoned junk journal maker because I haven't been making them for double-digit years, but I found the importance of the middle signature being a strong piece of paper rather than it being a very fragile piece of paper. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you think okay, hold on, I'm going to go back and read. You remember a little more thickness and slight texture to it, right? Okay, for the typewriter paper, Doodle says, sometimes I think it's easier to work on before sewing in. I agree. Yes, Retired Kathy, you agree on the importance of the middle signature being a strong piece of paper and not a fragile piece of paper? Or you agree with Doodle about, yes, yeah. So I found out the hard way recently. For some reason, I don't know what I was thinking, but I used the 1930s dictionary paper that I have, that I use in every one of my journals until I run out. I decided for some reason to use that as a middle signature, and I'm not sure what I was thinking, because I know that this paper is very thin to begin with, and it's fragile. I can't even use, I have to use scissors to cut it, because it's the kind of paper where you can't go through your paper cutter, because it will rip the paper. So, I like to work on my pages first because I like to sew on my pages a lot. Lisa, I'm with you on that. Yes. I am guilty, though, of sewing the signature in and then realizing that I want to sew something on, and then I'm over there at my sewing machine. Who has done this? Please let me know that I'm not the only one. Then I'm over there at my sewing machine trying to somehow adjust and arrange and bend and twist so that I can sew on that one page something that I should have caught before I sewed the signatures in. Anybody else? Anyone else? If not, that's okay. I mean, I'm just saying I've done that, and I don't learn because I've done it more than one time. So, I don't know. All right. I'm not going to sew these in, but I will say this. Let's start with the first signature. Let's do a few things. So let me see what I have here. Oh, here's another question. Who's a mask maker? And I don't mean the masks that you wear on your face for Halloween and stuff, or Mardi Gras, but like, who's a mask maker? Like, who likes to make things in masks? Never. Oh, you've done that. Okay, thank God. Doodle, is that a sarcastic never? Oh, retired Kathy. Awesome. I'm glad you just started sewing. Yeah, I figured, Doodle. I mean, you can do it, but there are certain things that if you just don't get the flexibility in, the cover is the big thing, right? And then you once you sewed your signatures in, you just might as well not, just do faux stitching at that point, because it's very difficult in some cases. Okay, so who's a mask maker? Because I'm not. I do not mask make things, or mask make things. And the reason I don't is because I find it I'm a very, I don't know, I guess, I'm a very themed person, right? And I just can't create a base and not go all the way with having a theme for that base. Now, one thing that I did mass make that I have found very easy to do, and it doesn't like kill me, is these little paper clusters, right? So I use book pages and I use other scraps of paper, and I use these on the edge of my pages, and sometimes they're just clusters, and then I just add on to it, right? Stickers, stamps, words that I've stamped on other paper or pages, or I make a pocket, like a side tuck. So these I have mass made, and I find these I'm okay with mass making. Anything else, for some reason, I don't know why I can't mass make. Let's see. I don't make masses. I make one thing at a time. Yes, I'm the same, retired Kathy. I don't know why. If I get hooked on a project, I like to mass make, but a complete project mass makes not base. I'm same, need a theme. Yeah, like, I'm going to challenge myself to make what they call an eclectic, and maybe I don't know what eclectic means, so forgive my ignorance if that's the case, but I believe an eclectic journal is just a journal that has no theme. And I'm going to challenge myself to try to make that, because I have an issue with making journals that have no themes. Like, for some reason, I have to have a theme. I don't know why. Whether it be just florals, this one's just mushrooms or fall. I have to have a theme. I think that's why I like making like the little golden books, junk journals, because those all have a theme. The theme is the story, and that's the theme that I follow. Anyways, another thing that I do mass make are my little envelope pockets. Like I said, I used to only just do the shorter ones. So what I did was just, you know, cut them up and sew them if I needed to. But now I have ventured to make the bigger ones. So, and I like to add at least one big one and one small one to each of my signatures. At one point in time, I was also, let me show you guys, which I have not done lately, but at one point in time, I was, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I had all those. I was covering the back of the junk mail folders, so see, and I was also decoupaging napkins. Now that was a little bit more time consuming, but again, when I make a floral themed journal, these are going to be great for my floral themed journal. Decoupaging napkins to your junk mailers. You just decoupage over the entire napkin, guys, and let it dry. And once it dries, it's easy peasy just to go in and cut out the window. You do not have to worry about only decoupaging where the paper is. Like you can see, let me see if it'll focus for you. Hold on. Don't look at my nails. But like right there, you can see where maybe it wasn't the best cut because there's a little bit of extra napkin right there, but it's barely noticeable. So, again, I did that. But a lot of the napkins at the time that I had and had decoupage were floral. So, and I haven't really done a floral journal in a little bit, so I need to go into a floral journal because I have tons of decoupaged napkins. But you can, yeah, you can do tons of stuff with this. You can stamp on these once you get them in there. You can, so we have these, so I figure we're going to use some of these. Probably not the blue one though, because I don't want that. But anything that's not, because I am keeping it, right, I said I was going to keep it neutral colors. Okay. Oh, let me see. I'm just trying to keep up. Hold on, guys. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much. Yes, or sell them to us. Retired Kathy, I can definitely do that too. I have all the great ideas I get from watching different people. Yes, Lisa, that is amazing, and I love that as well. I love that as well. I need to go back to the Dollar Tree because I think that they have, do they have, I think they have these containers out again right now because it's school time. I need to go back last year, I think it was, or the year before. I bought 2 of them, and I love these. The problem is I am not the most organized with my craft supplies. I will admit it. See, like these have not been sewn yet. So these were, I cut them up. I made them to the size I wanted. I just add a little bit of collage. Sometimes when I add the collage is because there's like words or something there. And that's why I add the little pieces of paper. Sometimes I just add the little pieces of paper just to give it a little bit interest other than having the stark white. All right, I'm going to admit one other thing to see if anybody else admits whether they've done it or not. How many people have dyed paper and dried their dyed paper in the oven? That's not what I'm admitting to. I know a lot of people do that, but I'm just curious, how many people have dyed paper and then dried it in their oven? Just a question. This is what I'm saying. I'm just so unorganized. I thought all my envelopes were in the other one, but I actually have envelopes everywhere. I really haven't done that. Okay, so nobody, I was looking for cheap storage. Oh yeah, I got these from the Dollar Tree. And I think that they're back. If I remember correctly, I think that they are back. Not in the oven. Okay. No, but I have attempted to make my own, and that was a disaster. Oh, Christy, I know it's so much work to make. Let me tell you, I will buy handmade paper over trying to make it myself a million times over, because it really is very time consuming, and it's just it's a lot. It's a lot. Now the dyeing of the paper is, to me, slightly easier. So unless it's a dyed paper that has, like Maria Miscellaneous does, where she has the lace design on it, that again, very time consuming, not my cup of tea. But if it's just coffee dyed, tea dyed, food dyed, avocado dyed, I can do it. I've done it. I put it in the oven. You put it to about 215 degrees. In the summertime here, I can probably dye outside. In the winter, I'm on the East Coast, and it would be colder, so it's less. It's a little bit more difficult, obviously, to dry in the winter time. So I've done the oven thing. My story is, though, that I've dyed envelopes before. I've totally dyed envelopes. Let me show you guys. Here are some envelopes that I've dyed. So you get the grunge, right? Now, the mistake that I made only one time was, what does the envelope have? It has this, what is it called? Acetane? Is it acetane? Is that what this is called? You can't put that in the oven. Don't put acetane in the oven, because the outcome is not going to be good. So yeah, so these were all dried actually outside. Another thing is, when you dye it, the acetane and the liquid itself, or the wetness of liquid, could peel the acetane off. So like this one has no acetane because it was peeled off from being in the water or the dye too long. But you can dye envelopes, is what I'm saying. Just don't put them in the oven. That's my story. All right. Okay. So I do like to start the first page with a long one. So let's go ahead and do one of my long envelopes. I'm just going to grab, and I like to have a bigger window when I do the longer ones, so let me see. That's a decent sized window. If I don't have any that have the super big window, then I will just go with that one. That's actually another good one. Oh, see, here we go. This is the window I'm talking about. See how it's much larger? Here's another one. So we have 3 signatures, so we'll go ahead and... Is everybody enjoying their weekend? Any plans for the rest of today or tomorrow? Wow, this is a huge one. This is the problem. Well, I'm not sure I would like how this one would look, so I'm going to save this for something else. Hey, welcome in, Aunt Darling. I'm just doing a craft and chat today. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just picking some envelopes here. We're going to make some pockets. Alright, that's all I have for those. Let me see if I have any other ones. Just making paper packs for Friday. Nice! What's going on Friday, Chrissy? Okay, who has shows? What's going on? Trains? Go ahead and pop them in here. If everybody doesn't know, let them know. Ah, retired Kathy, I'm so sorry that you've been feeling sick. I hope that you feel better soon, and that, yes, that you'll be able to get back into crafting and see if that will help you feel better. how's the weather where everyone is? It was nice here, and then all of a sudden it got hot last week. Oh, here we go. Look at guys. We got another one. And I think it's supposed to go down again. Hot here in Ohio. Yeah. I'm in Maryland. This is another big one, too. We might use that one. And I like the orange, so we might not have to cover too much. But I think it's supposed to get into the 70s, or the high be the 70s again this week, so that's not horrible. It is not horrible. Hot in Alabama, yeah. This is a big one. Wow, okay. We'll just leave it there. I know, I know. I mean, the humidity is still what the humidity is, but... Those. Let's go with these. So we got 3 big ones. Well, yeah, we got 3 big ones, so that's good. And we got 3 other ones that are somewhat big if we wanted to do a second tall one in each signature. So we're going to do, let's see. It was hot here in Illinois last week. Now cooling off. It's been a roller coaster. Yeah, for sure. I'm in PA near the Maryland border. Oh! Lisa Bell! I just went up last week. Was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend. I went up to the Gettysburg outlets that they had the antique flea market there. I don't know if you know about that. But anyways, I drove up there. It's about an hour drive from where I live to the Gettysburg outlets. I'm not sure exactly in what direction in PA you're at. Okay, hot in Illinois. Ugh, yes, it's been a roller coaster here too. The only kind of weather we have, yeah. Okay, Aunt Darling, I grew up in Arizona, so I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm going to tell you a story. When I met my husband, he was from the East Coast. He moved to Arizona, and it's so funny because when we moved to the East Coast, so back for him and for the first time for me, people used to say to him, but it's a dry heat. Like, he would say, like, it was 110, 115, and he would, and then they would say, but it's a dry heat. And he would tell them, okay, turn on your oven, open the door, and stick your head in it, and tell me how it feels. And I've just, held on to that forever because I grew up in Arizona, so 115 was just what we were used to. 115, 118, the peak of the summer. And so when he moved out there, it was just way too much, obviously, for him. But then when I moved to the East Coast, the humidity killed me probably for the first, I don't even know how many years. It was like I would walk outside and couldn't breathe because the humidity was so bad. Because I was used to the dry heat. Okay, 30 miles from Gettysburg. Yes. Christy, Southern. You're in St. Mary's County, right, Christy? Yeah, it was. It was definitely. Christy, you had an amazing show the other day with all those vintage patterns, guys. I don't know, Christy, if you're going to have another show with vintage patterns. I would have probably bought out majority of the ones that you had, but I have 2 bin full of vintage patterns or patterns in general that I have not gotten around to myself. So after 23 years, I'm used to it. Yeah, humidity can be gross, very sticky. Yeah. Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you sold them all. Those are cool, guys. If you've ever done or had the opportunity to do a junk journal, using a vintage sewing pattern, do it, because it is so much fun. That's on my list to do again. I've made a few already and I want to make more. Yeah. Yeah, hot is hot. That is very true, retired Kathy. Lisa Bell, you can make junk journals out of them. Let me see. I don't know if I have any left. I think I've sold them all. Let me see if I can find any. Hold on. Nope. Unfortunately, I thought I had one that I hadn't sold yet, but apparently I sold it. But yeah, you can make junk journals out of them. They're tons of fun, and you even use the sewing patterns, so that makes it even more fun, because you're really utilizing everything that is part of it. So the front and the back would be of the little pocket would be your front and your back of your junk journal. Find a base, a sturdy base to glue them on or sew them on. You can make a spine, and then just you go crazy and have fun with all them. What am I looking for? All right, let me pull out my little cutty thingy. I'm just going to use this for right now. All right, so we're going to measure this, and when I say measure, I use it very loosely. Okay, I think I just need to cut that much off. We're going to cut that much off right there. Hey, welcome in, guys. We are just doing some craft and chats. If you have any questions, let me know. I am working on a mushroom fall junk journal that I'm making. SMI Kathy, welcome in. Just Peachy, welcome in. Moni, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. A little bit of craft and chat. Do any of you do craft fairs? I know it's the season. The season is upon us of craft fairs. Do any of you guys do them? Okay, so I just cut that much off, and then I'm just gonna. You can do this with this scissors. I just use this and just cut the pocket piece open. I don't cut the bottom because that's one less thing that I have to sew. And like I said, I could cover this if I wanted to, so we probably will. Thank you. Okay. Lisa Bell, what do you shop at? I do the market. Oh, you shop at them. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm like, wait, I forgot I asked the question. I do the markets and festivals and sell homemade jams and just Peachy. Just Peachy, do you sell that on here as well? Or do you only do the markets and festivals? Because I know that probably shipping, yeah, is it the shipping thing is that why you're not doing it online here? Reloved, you don't have any scheduled right now? Okay, okay. Every year I say I'm going to do more, and every year I only do 2. And usually it's the 2 same ones that I've done. So this year I've signed up for 3. I actually got into like what is it called? Well, they do like the lottery thingy, and I got picked for one of them, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, okay, this is my bag of scraps. Does everybody have a bag of scraps? And these are usually scraps that I probably should throw away some of them, but for some reason here they are, not getting thrown away. I'm sure that other people have bins of scraps, but I do try not to hold on to too much, but we're probably going to use that. Let's see. No, I can't sell online because I'm cottage licensed in the state of Georgia, but I can ship. Oh, okay. That's cool. Do you have a website? Okay, we're just going to... Hey, welcome in, Agnes May. You make them in your house. Okay, that is just awesome. That's just... I love it. Love it, love it. Oh, we might just... Alright, I'm just using the art glitter glue. Oop, there you go. I'm just putting this down. I'm only going to cover this wording right here. I'm not worried about all the other stuff because we can put washi tape or we can do other things to cover these. If we wanted to cover them, we don't have to. I don't really worry about all that. Again, I want to show that I've used and recycled things that would have been thrown or recycled in the trash. Let's see. Hold on. I want to... National Apple Harvest Festival in... Ooh. I went apple picking. That probably doesn't count. Oh, okay. Martha James Jams and Jellies on Facebook, guys. If you guys are interested in jams and jellies, I will be taking note of that. Do you by chance do anything with sugar-free? I know that that's a harder or additional cost. Oh, you do? Okay. Oh, okay. I'm going to check you out. My husband's diabetic, so I tend to try to be careful with him at least. We usually do 2 vintage markets a month, May through November, but took this year off due to my husband having... Oh, reloved. Sending you very many blessings and positive vibes for your husband. I hope he's doing okay. He's doing well. And he is on the road to some type of recovery. They bus people in from DC, Lisa? Okay, I'm going to have to take a look at that. Okay, I got it. Thanks. Just Peachy. Is your name Martha by chance? Or Jane? Or neither? Oh, I'm glad he's doing well. Why? Continued wellness for him to continue to recover fully from it. Hey, Beanies Bundle, welcome in. We're just doing a little craft and chat here, guys. I've never been to an apple butter festival. I had a neighbor... years ago. She's passed, unfortunately. She passed away of cancer. But she introduced me to apple butter. I had no idea what apple butter even was until she went to a festival and brought me back a jar of apple butter, and that was my first introduction to it. And that was probably maybe 10 years ago. I know you're probably thinking, were you living under a rock? And there's a good chance that yes, I was. Okay, I just folded it in half just to find where the middle is, and that's how I usually do my little notches. And I use my 1.5 circle punch just to do my little notch. I just turn it upside down. I did add this extra excess piece right here that we cut off because sometimes this paper is very flimsy and the punch just doesn't go through it, so this will ensure that it actually will punch. And then that's how I make my little, hey, this is a pocket type of notch. All right, let me see what I'm missing. Let me see. Welcome, didn't step in to do this, but thanks. Martha Jane is what I go by. Okay, oh, well, thank you. No, don't worry about it. I am perfectly fine with anybody sharing anything, guys. If you guys have shows, if you guys are sellers, if you guys have something going on, share it. Share it for sure. We're just doing a craft and chat here. This is part of the chatting. We can't every year. You should check it out. It's Berkeley Springs, West Virginia in early October. Okay, I'm going to have to check it out. Berkeley Springs. I feel like I watch somebody that's on YouTube that lives in Berkeley Springs. I like watching people and their vlogs. I don't know. I like hearing people talk. That's probably why I haven't shut up yet. Okay, I'm going to go to the sewing machine real quick. I'm just going to do a stitch right down here. Just going to do any stitch. It's probably a zigzag stitch is what I'm going to do, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I've stitched it. Oh, there you go. Zigzag stitch. And so now it's a little pocket. Now we are going to, so this is, let me see. My distressed oxides. We could do orange, but I think that that's maybe a little too bright. I do want to keep it neutral. So I may just use brushed corduroy. I've had these, some of these guys, I've had some of these for, I'm probably not kidding you, I've probably had them for 4 years, and it's the same ones. Now some of them I've bought recently, like this Black Soot, Wilted Violet. I think I've had that one for at least 2 years. And then this one as well. Spiced Marmalade. Spiced Marmalade. These I picked up from the tea, if you know what I mean. And they work just as well. Now the problem I have is I only have 2 daubers. So I'm constantly having to switch out my little, this one's so worn, but I have not switched it out yet. Alright, let me see what I'm missing. What I'm missing. I'm booked all of November and December in South Georgia and Elijah Apple Festival in North Georgia near Helen. Oh, that is so cool. That is so, so cool. Oh, yes. These distress pads are amazing. They're awesome. But like I said, if you get them on sale, they will last you for a very long time. Alright, so we're just going to use that. Oh, yeah. I like that. And we're just going to go around it. And usually if I add stickers or if I add a stamp or anything, I don't do that until I actually am at a point where the signatures are sewn in. So what I like to do at this point in time is get the envelope pocket, glue it in, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue it in. And then I move on to whatever else we're going to do. So I'm just going to take that off. I know I'm going to glue it right here. I'm just going to make sure. And then I'm just going to use tacky glue. Eileen's tacky, oh my god, sorry guys. Eileen's tacky glue. I have not had a problem with this. And I'm going to put a generous amount on. I've also used double-sided tape for my pockets, and I probably could have done that as well, but the glue was here, so it won. Now you could even make a double pocket if you wanted to, right? You could only glue like that, and then you have the pocket that is where the window is, and you have then the pocket on the back part, but I always think of that way too late, so. And I'm just going to set it down. And that's it. Now I do have this brayer that I don't know where I got from, but I use it just to kind of make sure that things are, especially if I'm putting a lot of glue on stuff, I just do this just to give it a little extra security. And that's our pocket. All right, so let's see. We got that. We could add maybe some lace right there. I don't tend to sew in my lace when I'm doing the lace on the side of the pocket. I don't know why. I just don't. But let me see what lace I have. Like, I have 5,359 types. Hold on. That's huge. Oh my god, this is in the world. Alright, hold on. I have this. Alright, I have this lace, which is not vintage, but might be nice. Or, hey Abby, I have this one, which is nice too. Maybe we'll add this one to this page here. And then we will add the other one to another page. And again, I'm just going to, I'm going to glue the lace. I'm not going to, let's see. Hey, welcome in, guys. We are just doing a little bit of craft and chat. Welcome in, welcome in. Let us know if you're crafting anything, if you're working on anything. Feel free to drop your shows if you have them going on, coming up, if you're part of any trains. Feel free to share what crafts you like to do. I'm a crafter of many things. I like a lot of stuff. Ooh, that's a little... You say crooked? Oh, okay, yeah. Just gonna put this right here so that I don't poke myself. Okay. Alright, and again, it's just to add a little something to the page. I will come back and do other things as well, but it just adds a little bit of something. Alright, so here we have this, and we're probably going to have to add an image or something here, which we can do. Oh, you know what we will do? Let's do on this one, maybe not there. We'll leave that page like that. Maybe we'll do a fabric flip right here. So this is the other piece of the fabric for the cover that I made, or this is the other piece of what I used for the cover. Let me try to speak the language. My fabric flips never turn out straight. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My dog obviously sees something outside the window that they are not fond of. Who has a dog? I know many people have cats. I've seen their cats kind of appear, but who has a dog? What kind of dog do you have? I have a 9-year-old German Shepherd. She's a princess. She knows it. All right, we're gonna try. All right, so when you cut it this is what I've been told. Okay, I don't know if this is true or not. If anybody's on here that knows fabric, please correct me if I am wrong. But I've been told that if the fabric is cotton, if it's 100% cotton, then you can rip it like that. And for the most part, it will rip straight. Is that accurate or not? I don't know. I mean, this looks straight to me. Mini Aussie Doodle. Aww! Australian Shepherd. Aww! I have a lab mix and a Chiweenie. Oh! Yes, Aunt Darling, you are confirming about the cotton and it ripping straight when you do that. Is that accurate? And I'm just going to try to fray this side as well. A little bit, kind of, sort of. We'll see. That's really cool. All right. Let's see. Welcome in, Ebony. Oh, no, hold on. Ibana Baram. I love the creativity, or just in general people's names on here, because it really does make you just put you in a different spot as far as like people's thoughts and stuff when they're creating their usernames. We got a dolphin fan. Hey, Ebone. Are you ready for the season to start on Thursday? Where are my football people at? Where are my football people at? Okay. I'm not sure how we do this. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. My grandmother used to sew. My mom never sewed. My grandmother used to sew. But really what she did was more alterations than sewing. All right, guys, we had to do some cleanup. We're good now. We should be good now. Okay, so this is going to be a fabric flip. Can you guys see? No, because I'm so out of... Oh, your grandmother made quilts. That's so awesome. All right, let's see. I think that's good. And then this is going to just be a little flip up. I could add some lace on here just to give it a little bit extra dimension. Actually, maybe we'll add one of these. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, Pomeranian, love it. Yeah, Deb. My household is a New York Giants household, so that's just by marriage. It's funny because I grew up in Arizona. One of my brothers is a Cardinals fan, Arizona Cardinals, obviously. and the other one is a Miami Dolphins fan. And then the third one is a Baltimore Ravens fan. So ask me how and why, and I would tell you I absolutely have no idea. Because every single one of them grew up in Arizona with me. And yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on it just so that it holds while I sew it. But yeah, so my older brother's a Dolphins fan. My youngest brother is an Arizona fan, and then my second youngest brother is a Baltimore Ravens fan. So, I don't know. Let's see, hold on, sorry. The creation gen goes way back in the family for me. Clothes and shoes, both sides of family, much history in garment industry in NYC. Oh, that's amazing, Aunt Darling. I always think that stuff like that would be so amazing to have people like write books about. I love reading things like that. About different history, family histories and stuff. There's a channel, there's a, I think it's a crime, and I like crime, true crime type of stuff, but I think it's like I can't remember what kind of channel it is, to be honest with you guys, but it talks about the mob from back in the day in the different parts of the United States, whether it was in New York, Chicago, Las Vegas. It just talks about like the days of the mob and, you know, the early 30s and how the upbringings and how it evolved and developed and, you know, into the 90s even. I'm always like, wow, that's, again, a little bit of fabric glue there. Just why I sew it. Don't put too much glue if you're new to sewing. Don't put too much glue if you're going to run it through your sewing machine, because you will eventually mess up your sewing machine, because the glue residue will get stuck on the needle and it will just continue to, you know, when the needle goes up and down, and it may get into the crevice of the machinery at the bottom where the needle is, where the bobbin is. So just a little bit of glue just to keep it in place while you sew. Okay, I'm just going to go sew, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll have a nice little fabric flip, and we'll cut off a little bit here. Beautiful. Well, here's another push. Then, as you say, yes, this is another push. You should. I heard that nowadays it's not that it's easy, but there's more opportunity to write something and get it published with smaller publishing firms, like through Amazon and stuff. Even if you're going to write something, so that's cool. Hold on. My thread unthreaded itself, so give me a second, guys. Alright, I'm coming. Okay, here's our fabric flip. Just a little bit of vintage lace. And then we'll just cut it off. I'm just going to put it like this and just cut it right there. Just to make it easy. And we can use this for something else somewhere else. Okay, we have a fabric flip. And I will probably put something underneath here, maybe like a scrap. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let's. What if we did something like this? Is just oh my goodness, what is this? Just like craft paper, packing paper. That's what this is. What if we did something like this? You guys like that idea? I think that's a good idea. This is my absolute all-time favorite glue stick. It does sound, yes, it does sound like a great story. Or do we just want a little bit of this, actually? Let's see. I'm going to do a little bit of this. I'm trying not to do too much of this one because this one, you know, wet glue, sometimes not the best. I think you have to, that's one thing that you end up learning is when wet glue is a good idea and when wet glue is not a good idea. So we're going to see if we can get this. I want to make sure that it's okay. And again, I like using this just to okay. And then we can have that just be like that. Oh, okay, I like that. So then you have your fabric flip, and then you have spot 2 right here, or you can add a picture or a sentiment or something, and then you open it up and you have more room right here. Love it. It adds contrast and dimension to your journal, I think. I don't know. Just an idea. All right. And you recycle the packing material, or the packing paper as well, because I got that. I can't remember what package I got that in, but I got a lot of it. All right, so let's see. So you're starting to see, it's not horribly like bulking up, but you're starting to see that it's getting a little bit. Okay, so this paper here, so this is the 1930s dictionary page. And as I mentioned before, I learned the hard way, don't make that the center of your signature because it is very fragile paper. Okay, but what we're going to do here is, let's cover this in, hold on, I had them. I don't know what I did with them. Maybe. What in the world? Hold on. I have no idea what I did with them. You would think that I've been on for 5 years because I can't remember where I put these napkins. Okay, well, it is what it is. I guess I'll just use this one. Although I had another one too that I wanted to use, but okay. We're going to decoupage this napkin. Maybe. Oh my god, where's the opening? Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, this one actually is big enough where I can do both sides. Do we want to do that? Oh, is it? Is it actually big enough though? Oh, hold on. It might not be big enough. Hold on. It might not get, oh. I don't know. I know, Doodle, right? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know where they are. It just blows my mind. I have no idea where I would have even put them. Okay, well, anyways, we've got this one, so. Alright, so we're going to take the plies off. Do you guys use napkins to decoupage onto paper? So this is actually a 3-ply, so it has 2. And this one's actually pretty easy to pull off, so that's great. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one side. So I want to show you guys. Okay, so here's the image, obviously. Okay, beautiful. This side here has metallic, if you can see the metallic, but it's only on one of the panels of the napkin. Okay, so we have that. Then the second ply that was directly on the image side, do you see the faint image? Love it. And then the third ply is just the white. I always keep these and use these on my tags as backgrounds, on my journaling cards. I use these on pages just to have as a background, and then you can do some writing on it, right? So it doesn't matter what the words on the page are because you still can write over them using these. So I have also made Burberry paper, fake Burberry paper, using these whites of the napkins, and then some dried flowers. I need to try that again. I haven't done it in a while. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So this page is going to go, this is the outside. I'm going to use, okay, I'm going to use this paper Mod Podge. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's a matte paper. It's supposed to be for paper. I don't know. And then, okay. Not that my mat is not already a hot mess, but I am going to put another small mat underneath it just because I don't want wet Mod Podge everywhere once we move on. So I just wet the brush a little bit. And this is how I do it. I don't know if others Mod Podge paper in any other way. I know a lot of people don't like Mod Podge. I know a lot of people don't like saying the word. I am not a neat Mod Podger or painter or anything to that extent. I just go in and hope for the best. Alright, let's see. Okay, now we're going to take the napkin and I'm going to do the bottom half because I want to make sure that the pumpkins are, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, it's there, it's done. Now, you can do two things here. You can definitely add another layer of Mod Podge on top, or you can just leave it as is. That's up to you. I probably will add another layer on top, but before I do that, ooh, try, because I need to use you for another page. I am going to cut off the extra. This was not even at all. Okay. We're going to save this piece here for something. Going to cut off this extra. We are not going to save that. If you don't do fabric and you've not used a rotary cutter, I used to do wreaths, and so that's why I have a few rotary cutters that I used to use for my mesh. But it is so convenient for paper cutting as well. Just throwing it out there. Okay, so we have a little bit of a lift right there. Okay, so I am going to add a little bit of Mod Podge on top of it. Again, some people don't like doing that because they don't like the look or the feel, or I'm not exactly sure why they don't like doing it, but hey, welcome in, guys. We're just doing a little craft and chat here. Craft and chat. I'm working on a mushroom fall junk journal, and we're just decorating a few pages before I at some point sew in the signatures, which probably won't happen on this show because we use the iron to midline. I have not used it. I've seen it a number of times where that way you don't have to use the Mod Podge, but I've not tried it. Have you tried it? Wait, do you still have to use the Mod Podge if you use the iron method with the, isn't it like wax paper or something like that? Or freezer paper? Oh, very nice. I know that there's something with freezer paper too. Alright, I'm gonna and I will say, this is not a necessity, but I'm telling you guys, it's so worth it. If you're not patient, parchment over the napkin, yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, see? That's it. Now on the inside, like I said, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is this one right here, which is the faint image. Yep. So again, I'm just going to Mod Podge. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Happy to answer anything. If I have the answer, I should say. You know what I was thinking too? I think that you could, I think you can make your own Mod Podge, right? Isn't it just like PVA glue and like a water mixture, like a certain percentage of the PVA to the water type of thing? And Walmart right now has their PVA glue, the little bottles, at least here in my area, on sale for 50 cents. Yeah, Lisa, I used to use a blow dryer as well, and then when I got this heat gun, I was like, oh my god, it's not the same. It's not the same. I always thought that it was the same, and it probably is, honestly. I don't know. I just feel like the heat gun, I don't know, it like targets it better. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it doesn't. Where's, okay, here it is. Never mind, I found it. All right. It's on your list to buy, yeah. Just look out for it. It'll go on sale places. I mean, I wouldn't. And I know you're probably thinking that's a lot to do for like a page, but you know, why are you're not, I don't know, maybe you're saying, well, why are you using the dictionary page if you're going to completely cover it with the napkins? But it just, I don't do this for every single page. Really, this is the only paper that I do it with, and I enjoy doing it and covering it, and then having the element of still being able to see the dictionary page underneath. All right, I'm going to be right back. I am going to sew all the way around. So give me a second. Okay, sew it all the way around. It feels so flimsy, but it has to, once it fully dries, I mean, it's not wet anymore as far as like wet like that, but there's still some moisture in it. So once it's fully dry, we should be good. I love that. All right. So we are getting there. Maybe we'll do one more pocket together and then I'll probably log out for the day. Maybe we'll do a pocket over here. We'll do one of our, give me a second, hold on. There's something on this that I just don't like. There we go. Okay. Okay, so instead of doing it right here, we're going to do it right here, and we'll just add one of our pre-made pockets. Maybe that one. What do you guys think? Yeah, let's do a little bit of, let me put this in here. Oh, thanks, Taz. And retired Kathy, thank you guys so much. So again, we're just gonna ink around using the Distress Oxide brushed corduroy. And this will be a pocket for a tag that I make. Alright, we're just going to glue. I'm just using Eileen's Tacky Glue. Aw, thank you guys. Thank you, Lisa. I'm going to try to do this every Sunday if I can. And just do a craft and chat. Okay. So we have here, we have our napkin paper. I wish I had mushrooms, a napkin with mushrooms, because that would have been nice. For those that didn't see the cover that I had made, that these signatures are going to go into, it's a mushroom journal that I will be making. So this is the cover. So it's a fall mushroom journal, I guess, mushroom fall journal. And we have that, and we have that, and then we have this. Oh, thanks so much, Taz. And let's see, what is on here on the other side of this? That's a fabric flip. Okay. Maybe we'll add right here. So I don't want to add a pocket right here. And the reason why I don't want to do that, I have it upside down, or sideways for you guys. But the reason I don't want to do that is because this bag here is a pocket already itself, right? So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a pocket in a pocket, but I try to, more so for the simple fact of having to fill those pockets. I don't want to add a pocket in a pocket. So, but, so I'm going to add some trim right here. But before we do that, let's take this bag. So on this side of the bag, it's going to be a side tuck like this. We might want to glue this down here. Or we just leave it, we'll just leave it like that. So this side's going to be a side pocket. This side of the bag, normally what people do is they'll open this and then it's another, but what I'm going to do, and I've seen people do this too, so I'm not saying I'm the only one that does that, but I'm going to do a top loading pocket. So I'm going to cut a sliver at the top and make it a top loading pocket versus another side pocket. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to just take a sliver off, and then when I get towards the crease, I'm going to angle it. And there you have it. Now there is this excess piece right here, so what I'm going to do, so here you can see, here's this excess piece. I'm going to glue it down to the back or the front. I don't know. Hold on, let me think about it. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter where I glue it down. Oh, there's two. Hold on. Oh, maybe I should. No. Okay, I'm just gonna glue it to the back. Let's not complicate things. Okay, I'm gonna just use my art glitter glue, and I'm just gonna glue. And then glue. Okay. And that should be good, right? Yep. Okay. And then what I'm going to also do is I'm going to make one of my little notches to show that it's a pocket at the top, but I'm going to get some thick cardstock or something to help me with that notch. I usually go into my trash to see if there's anything I threw away, but I don't think I threw away anything recently. Okay, sorry. I'm going to find the middle. I can eyeball it too, and I do sometimes eyeball it, but at times my notches have been very much off because I've eyeballed it. And I'm okay with them being somewhat crooked, but okay. And I'll use this for something else. Okay, so now we have a top loading pocket and a side pocket, and then we will add some type of decoration to it at some point. And then, let's see. We have, oh. We said we were going to add, yes, we were going to add lace. All right, so let's add a little bit of lace right here. Let's go ahead and add this one, this ruffle lace. So we're just going to use our Fabri-Tac. The material for the cover of the signature, closed treasure. Oh, sorry, closet treasure. So this is just a signature that will be in in the mushroom journal that I'm working on. So the cover of each of the 3 signatures that we will be putting in this mushroom journal is wallpaper. Vintage wallpaper. I can show you, give me 1 second. And I will show you. Okay, so it's just a nice little trim. Adds just a little bit of, so this is the beginning, the first page of the signature, and it's wallpaper from 2024. I'm sorry, 2004. Oh my goodness gracious. So this is the first signature, and oh, this is, my goodness. Hold on, we're skipping papers here. Okay, here we go. This will be the first signature, then the second signature, and then the third signature. And I just so happen to have all 3 colors in the same, or all 3 wallpapers in the same design, but in different colors. So, oh, the main cover. The main cover itself is fabric. So it's a recycled cereal box, and I covered it. I did put book pages on the cereal box. I glued it down, and then I put the cover over it, and then fabric on the inside as well. So fabric, mushroom fabric on the outside, brown fabric on the inside, vintage lace down here for pockets, and that's how I made my cover. And then these are the 3 signatures that are going to go in the cover. And the fabric I did get, the mushroom fabric, I actually picked up at the Dollar Tree, as well as the brown fabric actually. I did add to the spine. So let me show you. So, like, this is, I think we're pretty much done with the first signature, and I think, let me show this, and then I think I may be jumping off soon. But, so this is like, this is a recycled food container, or cereal container as well. And so what I did is, let's say this one is exactly like the one I just made. So on here, I added, like a another strip, the same size, Retired Kathy. So it would add double the thickness for the spine itself. And then on top of that, actually I may have added it like on the inside. So like I would cut this down to fit this spine here. And so it would be double thickness for the spine. And then on top of that, what I did was I took just book pages from a book that I used the cover for something, and I'm not necessarily going to use the pages for anything specific. So I added the book pages here as well, just to add a little bit more. And then the fabric on the outside, fabric on the inside, and then I did sew around, but you don't have to sew. Fabri-Tac really does work great, and there's a 3-in-1 that's also a good one that will hold down your fabric. Another thing that I've done before, but you cannot, let me repeat this, you cannot run this through your sewing machine if you choose to use it, but let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I don't know where it is. Alright, well, I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Oh, okay. Hold on. Carpenter's tape, guys. So carpenter's tape is just double-sided tape that's used, that carpenters use. So you would lay this down, right? Lay it down, sticky side. Then you would peel this top part off, and it would be another sticky side, and lay your fabric down on it. And I can guarantee you that will hold, and your fabric will not move, budge, or anything. But please don't run it through your sewing machine, because the stickiness of this will break your needle. I've gone through I did not know that, and I ran it through my sewing machine, and it broke my needle because it just kept getting stuck in the bobbin because the stickiness, the residue on it. So carpenter's tape. Oh, how do I attach the pages? Oh yeah, let me show you how it would be done. I attach the pages, so I do a 3 pamphlet stitch. So when I get to the point where I'm ready to sew my signatures in, I would, let me show you, hold on. I would either paper clip them or bind them like this, so that the pages don't move around on me. I would, yeah, well, not like that exactly, but hold on. Let's just use paper clips for now. Let's use paper clips. Alright, so I would paper clip them so the pages wouldn't move around on me. I would, the hardest part, to me at least, is the measuring, right? So I'm going to have 3 signatures, or if you want to think about them as 3 chapters, in my book, right? So I have a 2-inch spine on my book. So what I would have to do is I have to go in and I have to measure where I want each one to actually be, right? So I would have to determine if I have 2 inches, maybe one here, and one here. It's just shy of 2 inches, so yeah. So me personally, this is what I would do. I would take this and I would say, okay, and then I would just mark, and then I would go to the next one, do the same, and then the next one. I think I said I want it right here. And you might not be able to see, but so I have the 3 places that I want it, and then I always come down 1/2 inch from the top of the book, and that's where my first hole. So I sew them in with a 3 pamphlet stitch, meaning it's 3 holes that I make, 3 stitches that I put in each signature. So I come down and I do 1/2 inch from the top. I do I do 1 inch from the top. I do 1 inch from the bottom, and I mark just where that's going to be. Is my pencil even like on? I think it is. And then the middle. And the middle is like a crapshoot. It's, where do I think the middle is? Okay, this seems pretty cool. And then I just, is that even like the middle? My goodness, I'm just like all over the place here with this one. All right, and I say, all right, this is where I want. Okay, and then I would make the 3 holes here. I would take my signature, and what I usually do is then take this and measure out exactly where it is that I want the signature, and I would pop the holes in the signature using my awl, or you can use, sometimes I use my monkey hook. These are not tools that are specific to journal making, but this is, you use what you have is what I'm trying to say. So I would make the holes, and then using a tapestry needle, I then use, me personally, I use wax thread. I love wax thread. I have used cotton thread as well in some cases, but I love wax thread. It's very, it goes smoothly. I was able to find it in an array of different colors, so I use wax thread. I can come back on at some point and show you guys exactly how I sew it in, but looks dangerous. Ah, hey Cynthia. Hey. Yeah, I know I can definitely, I can do another craft and chat. I'm happy to do that sometime this week. More than pleased to come back on at some point and show you guys exactly. So what I can do is I can make it a goal for myself to try to finish decorating the other 2 signatures. Really just doing the same thing that we did on this one, but doing it on the other 2 that I have for this particular journal. And then I can come back and we can we can sew all three signatures in together, so you guys can truly see how I sew them in using the 3 pamphlet stitch. You just have to find what works best for you. This is the process that works best for me. But I'm happy to share it with you guys. Ah, thanks, Retired Kathy. I appreciate you. All right, well, I think I am going to jump off, go see what my husband's doing, see if he's interested in eating lunch at some point or just waiting for dinner at this point. It's 3 something here. But is there anybody else that's on? But keep an eye out, guys. If I have other shows that say journaling on it in my saved shows, bookmark them, because I may change the title. That was just me going in and kind of setting placeholders for myself to help me commit to coming on. But I will change them to Craft and Chats. Now, some of them I will keep as journaling shows and may sell some of the stuff that I'm making, but some of them will be switched over to Craft and Chat shows. So just keep that in mind. And I'm coming on shortly if anyone needs trims or... Oh, when are you coming on, Cynthia? Like, when you say shortly, are you talking about like half an hour, 4 o'clock Eastern time, which would probably be 1 o'clock your time? Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, go bookmark Cynthia. She's going to be on in about 20 minutes. So please stop by and see. She has some amazing fabrics, trims, appliques, you name it. She is the gal that has that stuff, that can supply it for you so that you can make these beautiful things that we make. So let's see if there is anyone that we can raid. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it looks like Mickey is on, so let's go. It looks like they're selling some other craft supplies. I know that they've bought some things and are selling some things, so you might get some good deals there. So let's go ahead and give them a shout and say hello. All right, guys, thanks so much. Look out for my next Craft and Chat shows, and we'll finish this one together, guys. We'll finish it together.